This is Eric Muathe at Muathe.com. Let's take a look here as we are trading for mid-October 2020. Let's take a look at one of the stocks that is currently one of the top performers for 2020, which is TWST, Twist Bioscience, where we can see on this monthly all data time frame, this is such a beautiful performer. Now, from an educational standpoint, the reason for this video is one powerful reason for playing breakouts is you get to avoid all this sideways action, which, by the way, this is almost 19 months of data where the stock was not going anywhere pretty much. Now compare this with the last 6 months. So for 19 months, this instrument went pretty much sideways. And then it caught momentum over the last 6 months, moving from the mid to lower 30s, so let's call it 34 give or take, to the current highs just under 100. Now if you're taking SCO, this is almost a 180% gain over the last 6 months or so. Now what changed? Clearly we can see that something triggered this instrument to start moving higher. Right there, as you see the close for October 15th, 2020. So this breakout was the signal that something had changed. And that is why playing breakouts makes a lot of sense, because it increases your odds of avoiding the sideways period while making yourself available for the potential momentum phase. So avoid this on this period. So let's take a look at what triggered this. Of course, if you've been following my work, you know what happened, but we'll come back to this in a second. Just want to show you that according to bar chart, this stock is one of the top performing stocks in the market. In fact, it is number 20 as calculated by bar chart. So out of almost 10,000 instruments, it is the 20th best performing instrument in the entire market as far as US markets are concerned, and as of mid-October 2020. So anybody who's on this has had an opportunity of riding one of the best instruments in the market. Take a look here for my paid subscribers. These are all the instances where this instrument was highlighted as a breakout candidate as far back as May. We're going to take a look at that May breakout, and there were other recent highlights as of, again, June and as of September. Let me show you again where that breakout, the initial breakout in May, is the one that had started this great move. Look at that May breakout, May of 2020, where I had used the weekly closing high, and the breakout level was at 35.15. So back to the chart, and what we're going to do is take a look at that breakout as of May. Now what you'll see is there was a breakout high, I believe. In fact, let me check, and I based the breakout as of the weekly closing high of March 2nd, 2020. So let's take a look at that monthly chart again, and I believe it's the weekly closing high right there. So there's a breakout right there that begins this fantastic move. Let's take a look at the other parameters. So on this month of May, and we can see that the RSI was moving to 3-year highs, and for momentum, The RSI also was moving above 69.1. This is why I've been looking at this instrument as being showing the potential even before this big advance. Is this period here, the RSI behavior was superior. And if we take a look at the MACD, we can see that one of the MACDs was moving to 3-year highs. So this is just simple minimum requirements for the ultimate Muathe breakout. Now, as I mentioned, I've had the opportunity of highlighting this stock over the last couple of months because on the weekly chart, we've had multiple entries. So the weekly chart, now compare the monthly chart where we've seen back-to-back monthly gains. So all this no rest period on the monthly chart. Such a beautiful looking chart. And if we take a look at the weekly chart, we see that there were rest periods within all this move. There's a rest period here, rest period right there. There's a recent rest period. In other words, if you know how to time this from a weekly perspective, then this was an entry right here, breakout right here, breakout right here. And of course, my initial breakout was this breakout right here. So remember, the best ones will give you multiple entries along the way. Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. E, a C, S. Love, light, light, love. Namaste.